Hello, welcome back. It's me, LA, and this is creaLAtive, and we are building a brand. If you're new here, I have created a brief workbook for all business owners. If you are looking to move past just selling products and you want to actually become a brand, a household name, people knowing you for being the best at what you do, you want to create a brand, okay? Now, we have done so many things in this book. We started off creating a children's luxury clothing brand and kind of walked through the steps on that. Kind of want to redo it, but for right now, where we are is going to be in chapter 8. Okay, chapter 8, we are talking about developing your brand's online presence. Okay, so your online presence is very important from each step of your customer's journey, and we discussed that previously, right? Your customer's journey is going to be how your customer understands you as a brand, how they understand your products, your services, and why they even want to come back. All right. And I say that because I've been purchasing things off of like TikTok. And as much as TikTok wants to show you, here's a product, this is why you should buy it, here are the reviews, there's not a long game for a lot of those companies. Now there's a few that I do see that are really understanding what it means to have a brand and standing behind their product. But there's a lot of things that when you get those products, it is just exactly what it is. It's a product. It may not last you a long time, but there's nothing that tells you to go back to their site to purchase something different. And a lot of times I've noticed if I were to go back and double check and see, usually they're gone, they get their money, they're out of there, or something happens, they get shut down. So I am working to mitigate all of that for those who want to go further and create a true legacy. All right. So it's not just about the money here. All right. So there are 2 exercises in this chapter. 2 exercises, but essentially all it is just showing you what you can do, how to do it, and where to put your information. So the good thing about this workbook is that you can create your website, your webpage, your sitemaps, the different things you're going to want, you're going to need, how to go about it, and then you can check it off, you can come back, you can reference it. That is why I chose a workbook. Essentially, I created a book, like I actually wrote a branding book. And then I thought about it. There's so many branding books out there. What makes my branding book different from any other branding book? Because those branding books are essentially everywhere. The information is everywhere. This information is not new. Okay, I don't want you to think I created anything new. I just created it and put it into a workbook. Okay, the workbook that you can work through page by page, you can skip through, you can go back, you can create notes later on in the back section, right? Just blank pages. And that's what we're here to do. So exercise 1, we're going to discuss building your website. Your website is not just about putting a product on it. You want to make an about section. You want to make sure that you have each area covered. You want to make sure your customer can read through and not have any questions. And if they do, just create a frequently asked questions page. It's not difficult, but the more clear and precise your information is for your customer, the better experience they'll have. Okay. So in exercise 1, or in exercise A, just create a sitemap, right? Write down what it is you're planning to have on your site. Now it's going to change. You're going to add, you're going to subtract, and that's fine. Write in pencil if you must. Outside of that, you can just create another page and stick it in if you want to do something different, or go back if you have written in pen. Now, I have I have a space for your domain name, which is just going to be your www dot. For me, it's creaLAtive.com, and you can set it there. Your homepage, what's going to be on that homepage, or the links to different pages. For me, I have brand, print, design. Those are the three different areas that you can access on my site. And then I have expertise, which tells you about my background, the things that I've accomplished. To some extent, I do want to add more. I have accomplished a lot more. But this is my starting point. This is your starting point. We all have a site map. All right. And you can even have this on your site so that when someone goes to your site and they can't find anything, you can put your sitemap on there and just have clickable links that people can access to get to those pages if they're lost, if they're confused, or depending on what those frequently asked questions could potentially be, right? You can put it all on your site. Now, part 2 of this, for building your website, you want to create your visual content. You want videos and photos. Go ahead, create everything you're going to want. You can reference your sitemap, create a folder, go to canva.com. That's the site that I prefer to use. I just recently ran into another site. I don't have the name for it. If I can find it, I'll set it here. But there's so many different places where you can just create your content and have it ready to be posted or ready to just be utilized or create all that branding content. Canva is really good at allowing you, if you use the paid version, to have, the brand colors, your logo. It'll actually generate different designs for you to utilize for your Instagram feed, your Facebook, your YouTube thumbnails. In a sense, you'll want to go ahead and get that started so you can have a feel of what that website's going to look like for you. And the website is essentially your brand. So you're going to bring all those branding elements that we, if you've been following along, have created previously. Does that make sense? If not, let me know in the comments. Okay? Just let me know. I do want to make sure that this is a true way for you to understand what people are looking for. It's not just about what you want to put out, but what people are looking for. We want cohesiveness. All right. Now, the different pages that I have listed here is just going to be content that you might want to include on your website. Not all supposed to be there or not all have to be there, but these are my suggestions. If you go with all of them, you'll have a better site. If you go with a few of them, depending on what type of product or services that you're providing, sure. But what I have posted here is your homepage, your about page, which just tells your customer, your clients, what you're all about, what your goals are, your team page, who's all on your team. Is it just you? How do you want to put that out there? Be creative. Contact page. How does someone reach out to you? If I wanted to be sponsored or sponsor you, how can I get an interview with you? How can I reach out? Is it your email? What is it that you want people to do to contact you? Your frequently asked questions page. This may not be for everyone, but if you are being asked the same questions over and over, it is a great time to redo maybe your web page or your sitemap and kind of include what's being missed so that you don't always have to reference the frequently asked questions. But if it is something that is necessary based off of your services and your products, sure, go ahead. Have at it, all right? Don't be afraid, but I would just suggest going through and correcting whatever it is that people are having questions about, or using that as a pivot point for your content. All right. Now, your privacy policy, I would recommend that, please. Your privacy policy, you want to have that on there. You want to make sure that whatever you're utilizing, as far as someone giving you their name, their business, their pictures? How are you going to use that information? How's it being protected? Put that in on your website. You might want to go ahead and look into a lawyer. There are a few sites that will give you that lawyer. Rocket Lawyer is a place that I've utilized a few times for like my NDA. I think there was some other type of paperwork that I used to have to use when I was doing like custom designs. So look into that. And your terms and conditions. What are your terms? What are your conditions? How does this all work out for your clients? Uh, Optional pages or additional pages in this case that you can utilize, and in no particular order, right? If you want to blog, that's an option. Your testimonials, your reviews, that's an option. Do you want a lead generating page if you're looking for people who just might want a quote or just coming to say hello and they don't really know how to utilize everything and they just want to reach out? Do you want that? Do you not want that? It's an option. Service page. If you have services, you want a service page, a portfolio page, all the things that you've done in your past, whether small, medium, or large, utilize that page to go ahead and show everyone what you're about, what you've already accomplished. How does that look for you? Get creative. Make it shine, all right? Your store page, if you're selling products, you want a store page. Your product pages, you want to go ahead and have those ready. Your product pages, what should it all include? What are you looking for? I've left spaces here so you can have notes or, put in the different things that you want for each area that's specific to you and your brand. An events calendar. If you're a baseball team and you have events for practice, tryouts, different things like that, what is your schedule? How can someone know what your availability is? That's what you'll want to put that there, okay? Your video section, if you have videos, if you're a videographer or you've been featured in different videos, you'll want to put that in there. If you ship anything, what is your shipping policies? That's important for those who are going to come and say, "Oh, I shipped it, but I want you to pay for my shipping back because I want to return it." Well, in your shipping policy, you can state, "Hey, if you need to return, the pricing for the return goes to the customer." Would I suggest that? Absolutely not. Be realistic. If you have a customer who's unhappy and they're sending you something back, you will want to make sure you pay for that postage. Take my advice or don't. But I'm just saying, it's the experience. A person who is saying, like, I don't want it, but I do want to try something different, they're going to say, can you just return this? You go ahead and take that L, figure out how you could have made that situation better, update whatever needs to be updated, and then you push, because now you have their email, their address. You can reach out. I mean, I wouldn't really send anything to their mail, but you can, to say, hey, you were a customer here. You didn't have the best experience. Here's a coupon, right? Come back. We'll offer free shipping on whatever you purchase next. Whatever that is for you, think large. It's not just about you anymore. You're building a brand. How are people going to remember you? Are people going to have a nasty taste every time they think about your business? Oh, the last time I purchased something from her, I had to pay for the return shipping and I was unhappy. I didn't even have the money to do so. So I had to decide if I were going to, you don't want to even open that gate. Okay? You can walk into Walmart and Target without your receipt and get a store credit, right? You may not get your cash back, but you can get your store credit. It's a better experience overall versus saying, you don't have a receipt, we're not going to help you, you can leave my store. You see how that feels different? Okay. So moving on to exercise B, which is very simple. This is just your social media template where you want to have your username, which should be the same across the board, right? whether it's your email address or your business name, whatever it is on social media that you're using, you can enter it here. And then I do leave a space for like your password, but I wouldn't suggest truly leaving your password here unless you know that this is going to be in safe hands. If you're going to be leaving this around here, there, at somebody's house, at this business, at that business, or you're just not good at keeping things in one place, put the password to all of this in your notes on your phone. Send yourself to an email. Don't send the email, a draft email. So that way you know where your password is and you'll be better off long term. A description that you can put across all of your social media platforms, and that is going to essentially give you the key to success as far as having it feel the same across the board. Even if you switch a few things because of your customers on different platforms may need or feel or see over, as time goes by, you're going to notice they're not really feeling this. I should probably change this, a short form version for different websites, but just get started here. Okay. This is what you are going to begin with. I don't want to say start, but you're going to begin here. It changes over time. Don't freight. Okay. All right. Do you have your profile pic? Do you have a banner pic? Check it off. Once you get your profile pic that you want across the board, boom. Now create a banner, whatever that banner is going to be. Okay. Do you want it to be different for different websites? Sure. Can you add a video to TikTok? Absolutely. I don't have that here, but create a video. Whether it's your intro to your YouTube or just something that welcomes everybody into your space. I didn't put it here, but it is an option. All right. And then I have different sites that you will want to utilize and a place for you to place your URL. So on your Facebook, you're going to have facebook.com/. You just put your slash here and then or you can write it entirely out, but your slash and then your handle, whatever that ending part is, so that even if you don't have that in front of you, you can take this information and just say, hey, I need to put this here. This is for my Instagram, my YouTube, my WhatsApp, my TikTok, my Snapchat, Pinterest, Reddit, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google. All right. That's just what I have for a business. You may want to use all these sites. You might just want to use two. Whatever your bandwidth is, have at it. All right. Essentially, that's it for chapter 8. Chapter 9, we're going to be talking about launching your brand, which includes like launch goals, engagement, creating a timeline on what that is. I think I have this. This book itself is like a 6-month. Yeah, I have a 6-month plan for this. If you were to use this every day, a chapter exercise per day or week. I think it's week. An exercise per week. This is 6 weeks, 6 months that can have you from beginning to completion. Can you rush through it? Absolutely. Would I suggest it? Not necessarily. If you're already a business, then you kind of already have a section of this mapped out for yourself. But you may not have set goals. There's goals in here too. What are your goals? What are your engagement goals for each post? Are you looking for comments? Are you looking for likes? Are you looking for a repost? Are you looking for, like, what's your engagement? What's your analytics? Who is your customer? You'll get all of that when you begin posting on your social media, reaching out. I was on the fence about joining social media. Honestly, social media is not a fun place for me for business, but I do see it as important. So I am going to continue with my social media, creaLAtive, on all websites. Let's see, I have TikTok, I have Twitter, I have LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is my personal, it's actually me. And then I have YouTube, Pinterest. And that's it, guys. That is it. Whatever else it is that you're going to need, have at it. Y'all, I've had this microphone for so long and I've never noticed it came with a charger. Crazy. And I guess it's a great time for me to show off my microphone. I did get this off TikTok because I just seen someone using it like across the yard or down the hall or something like that. They used it and it was very far away. And I have not been able to charge both of them. So the pros and the cons of my microphone. I'm off my topic, but hear me out. The pros, I do like the sound it makes. It is a lot quiet. It's not a lot of craziness. But when you get too loud, there is a static that happens. It's like a but you don't hear it until you actually listen to your recording. So don't get too loud. I don't know. Another con, it has two pieces. So it's the mic and then it's the part that goes into the phone. You have to charge both pieces. And I've only been using one charger because that's all I thought I had. But I've been using my Apple charger for one piece at a time and they usually die. So the green light is on. So I know I'm still charged, but I probably only got like 5 minutes left. So that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, please comment, like, subscribe, right? And that's it. I have a lot of things coming. I am going to work to get as many videos out as I can this week because without me getting this information out, I am behind. And me being behind is not okay. If I don't, then I get stagnant because then I start focusing on like, when am I going to get that completed? Once I complete it, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, you know? So that's me. I'm LA. This is creaLAtive. And thank you for listening to my series for my workbook. Once again, my workbook, it is Breaking Barriers, Build Your Brand. This is the front page of it. And I just wanted to look like a composition book. You can actually create, we'll put your brand name here. I made it really light so that it doesn't just overshadow whatever you name it. And then your tagline, all right? It's a workbook, creaLAtive. This logo has changed so many times, but I love this book. I'm so proud of this book. I think it's going to help so many people. I do want to at some point, link below for the Amazon link in the bio. Go ahead and purchase it for your businesses, your brands. For my serial entrepreneurs, hear me out. Yes, get your team, but hand your team your workbook and say, make it happen. Your content creator, what do you need here? Your web designer, please. I've already written it out. Do you know how important this information would have been for me when I was creating websites? Back in the day for businesses that didn't even know what they wanted on their front page? Come on, man. Look. What is your business doing here? We got a sale coming up? Huh? Christmas? We want to switch it up? Huh? Let's meet about it. Let's write it all out. What do we need to include? What don't we need to include? Are we going to have a sale? Or are we just going to say Merry Christmas? Huh? I hope you've enjoyed your time here. I had my coffee today. I have been off coffee for a while, but I appreciate it today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. This has been creaLAtive. Have a wonderful day.